You know what boys would do. And so because you already know, you know how to do what, guide your daughter to make informed decisions. And then it makes the girl closer to you. In psychology, it is said that girls are closer to their fathers.
Yeah.
Unlike their mothers,
Yes.
and boys are closer to their mother. That's how it is. It therefore tells you that take up the opportunity and get to know your daughter better. All right. Like she said, I had an uncle. Anytime the daughter was going to school, sanitary pad is always part of her things she will buy. And if she goes with her list of things and sanitary pad is not part, she will call her. How long are you going to be in school? That the girl will say maybe 3 months, maybe 4 months. She will make sure that she has
Extra.
3 pad and even extra just in case. That is how a man should think. It is not just about the gari and the shito and the calipo and the biscuit that we even spoil them with. It is about what they need. Good panties. If you are menstruating, you need good panties, tight panties, not panties that you have worn over years and they are loose. It can't hold up, and so the blood will bleed through your thighs.
Yeah.
So you need good panties, tight cotton panties for this girl. But if you are not conscious of it, that is when, in these days we have girls who do transactional sex just so they can buy pad on monthly basis.
Wow.
I have girls at the community level who tell me that when you tell your father, you say, go and tell your mother. They will tell you, I don't have money. Yet they are always drinking. Where do they get the money to drink? You understand? So you might think that, oh, go to your mother, they are watching. They know what daddy is doing. All right. And mothers will go all out to support their girl. So for me, I think that it's a collective responsibility. I do a lot of gender advocacy. And I tell people, gender advocacy is not about empowering women to go home and disrespect men.
No.
That is not what gender is all about. It is about how the man has been given a certain platform to write, but women have not been given that platform. How can the men begin to give women similar platform to advance, and how can two of you collaborate to make the family grow? That is what gender is all about. It's not about empowering women to look down on men, but people have a different mindset. It is the same way.
I think it's changing now. It used to be worse.
Yes, it used to be worse.
Yes.
The narrative is changing.
Yeah.
It is the same way we can take on when it comes to issues of menstruation, and you cannot talk about menstruation without other reproductive health issues. Sex will come in. As long as I begin to menstruate, I've gotten to the adolescent stage, and feeling for sex will be part of my life.
Yeah.
If you don't feel for sex at that adolescent stage, then it means you are not a human, because sex is natural. God made it, so you begin to have that feeling for the opposite sex. But if the father picture is not there, the mother picture is not there, she will go out and get information from her colleagues. How many colleagues will give us good advice?
No.
Back in school, I used to feel, have this severe abdominal pains anytime I'm menstruating. When I start menstruation at home, I will not go to school. If it's a Sunday, I won't go to church, because the pain is so unbearable that you will lie down, you will roll and roll and roll and roll, and by the time you come, you look like you have been sick for 1 week. How many men understand this situation and are able to support their daughter when it comes to that point?
So
how
clearly,
many men are able to educate their boy child to support their sister during that time of the month? So you see, there's a lot we need to do as parents and as caregivers, and we shouldn't shirk our responsibilities and think that mother can do it. It is a dual responsibility, and we need to put our heads together to support.
Clearly, we have identified, Madam Mary, and it's actually coming to you.
Okay.
We have identified that there's a challenge, there's a lapse. Our men are not showing up the way they should. We need them to. And like she said, gender advocacy isn't about disrespecting men, but making them understand that we want an equal opportunity to advance in whatever we are doing. How do we involve them? How do we begin to conscientize these men to understand, even at our various homes? So it starts from your room before it goes out. Between you and your husband, how do you get him involved? He has over the years not done it. You now want him to start. What skill do you need to get him
It's
involved?
not late to change. Yesterday, I was at one of the stations. I was talking about this adolescent reproductive. We just started. It's not late to start. If a man, you think that maybe those days you used to feel shy to discuss some of these things, from today you can change. As she said, when the children are growing from 9, 10, we teach them age appropriate. The education should go that way. I have my girl. When she started her menstruation, she showed to the father. He went to remove her pant, and she was 16 years. I said the menstruation that she has seen blood. And the father called me and said, hey, your girl. I said, teach her how to use the pad. And the father taught her how to use. As she said, most of the girls are closer to their husband. So it's now with we the women. When we are doing education, we should involve the men. Okay, we should involve the men. You shouldn't think that when I beden bembala, so far too much when I say Torah. You see, that is what they think.
Okay.
You see, but if you come together, including the boys, I teach my boys about wet dreams. I even touch, their testicle that say, when you touch it, you don't feel the ball. Let me know. Even they have completed SS. Sometimes when they bath and enter, I say, let me touch it, see whether it is. They allow me. Because with that, you know that they haven't started. They haven't started anything. So sometimes they come and stand.
Yes.
And I check. And I say, when you do once in a while, also check.
Okay, so how do you know they haven't started?
They'll open for you. They won't try. But I started with my first boy.
Okay.
So later, the third time she came, he was, but I said, he said, Mama, what is that? So then you know that she started conversing with the girls. You see, she mentioned about the dysmenorrhea, the painful menstruation.
Yes.
Do you know that men are using it to deceive these girls? Telling them that their vagina is small. That is why their blood is not flowing well. That's why they feel pain.
Someone told me that sleep with my classmate too.
Yes.
Sleep with a man and you never feel. But fortunately for me, I was close to my mother. And I went home and I told her. She knelt down and thanked me for coming to tell her.
So they tell them that the vagina is small. So if they don't have sex with them to open the vagina, the blood will not flow well. That's why they feel pain. A student told me, and I said, no, it is not true. So she asked me, why the pain? So I was able to explain to her and she understood. And some of them too are just taking other concoctions. Someone say, give this, give that. It's just some slight painkiller, maybe some para or hot drinks, and you are okay. Just like the men getting the wet dreams and they tell them that they are sleeping with spirit. That's why they are getting, they are married to spirit, they are sleeping with Mama Water. That's why they are getting wet dreams. So if both of you don't come together, put the children down and teach them. From 9, 10, let them know. From each stage, at 10 years, you know what to say. From 13, 14, you know what to say. Because the children, they know. And if you are not careful, they'll go out and take wrong information. They need accurate information so that nobody can deceive them. So you can imagine this girl feeling the pain. And they tell her, if you don't have sex, for the vagina to open, for the blood to flow, you will feel pain. What will she do? If she doesn't get any education, definitely she'll go. And maybe that day she'll try and she will become pregnant.
Okay. So, Sister Mary, what it means is that menstrual hygiene education is not just about menstruation. It goes beyond that. It's not an isolated topic.
So it goes beyond that.
Okay.
Just like she rightly said, involving the boy child, especially when they are young, to support in buying the part for their sister or even their mother. You are in a way creating a habit in them. So when they grow, they will intend doing that for their daughters, even for their wives. So you need to start it. When you include them, when they even see someone outside having that same situation, they can support. So that in a way we are ending the stigma in our schools and in our institutions. But sometimes the girls, they don't just stay home because they want to stay, but because of they don't know what will happen in the school when they mistakenly soil themselves. So that when they are aware, when they know that, oh, it's a natural thing, then they'll support them. Those who have pillovers in the schools, especially the boys, they will do that. Some schools, they are doing it. And they even have clubs and they have names for menstruation. So that when I just say, oh, Red
Alewa.
or Bogies or Vodafone, then they know that is our, and they can quickly want to support you. And also need us to include nutrition in our diet, especially the girls. Nutrition education is very important when it comes to menstruation, because every month you lose blood, so you need to replenish blood. So if you don't take nutrition seriously, it will affect their health. And when they go to school, they're not able to learn. But when you have reduction in your blood level, definitely you will feel weak, you cannot learn, you can't even concentrate. So we need all those things to come to play. So we need to take good care for it. And their health, we should take care of them so that when they are okay, then they can have this process smoothly. And I'll plead that parents should encourage their girls. In our schools, we have the gift, the folic acid. Some are taking all right, some are not.
They say it's family planning.
Yes. So let's encourage them to take it every Wednesday so that it will support our girls to go through this natural process smoothly and safely and also maintain their health.
So it's not family planning because we give to girls. They think that is family planning. Even with the HPV. When the HPV, we gave to girls from 10 to 14. Some people were saying that, but I like that we have brought injection, we are giving to girls, so tomorrow they will have children. So they should take that thing off their mind. Boys don't menstruate.
But don't you think that there should usually be enough education and sensitization before these medications are given? If you go to the communities, you have CHIPS compound. When people come there, these are the same people that go to the homes.
We do education.
Tell them that
we
your
do
children,
education. Before it comes on radio, on television, everywhere, schools, our child welfare clinic, our ANC clinic, our OPD. But we have some people who are stubborn in the community. No matter what, they'll tell you no.
You know, some people have already made up their mind
that
they already have
girls.
a schema about everything. When COVID-19 came and we're taking the vaccine, they were like, white people are coming to sterilize us. So that they're not able to give.
And we will die, that's why.
Even educated people have issues with. You send your child to the for weighing and they give the person, what are they called? The vaccination.
Yes.
There's no point. There's all these chemicals they are pumping into the children. So people will always have an issue with everything happening around us. So we should just expect it.
So no matter what education, now look at this thing. It's hard time you get diarrhea these days. It's hard time you get children getting pneumonia. Because all these vaccines are there. Hepatitis B, nobody will even take hepatitis B vaccine because it's part of the children, their 6 killer, this thing that we give, you see. But we have people who are difficult. We do all the education. But once they say girls, they don't understand why they are giving girls and they are not giving boys. So sometimes when I'm educating them, I say, look, boys don't menstruate. And they lose blood. As she mentioned the nutrition, some of them can become anemic. Some have very heavy flow, and they bleed in clots. And sometimes when you check their HB, very low, you see. So this folic acid helps them a lot. But once it comes and they say girls, they know that they don't. Family planning is not only for women. We have family planning for men, but how many men will go for it?
No, they won't.
They think that they'll kill their penis, so they won't come. And they push all the family planning to girls.
Yes.
Now, when you take maybe the shape change a bit, then they'll say, "Oh, this I want slim, what slim that." You see, so everything Ghana Health Service will do. There's education. Sometimes we do the education even more than 1 month, 2 months, 3 months before the exercise even take place. All that, as she said, changing people's mindset is very difficult. But still, we need to continue with our education. We need to meet them in a smaller group and we'll find out from there. What do you think about menstruation? Can you discuss menstruation with your girl child? What do you think? It's high time we do them, meet them, smaller groups, especially in the communities, for them to accept. Those days, if you are bleeding, they'll tell you cook for your husband.
Because you enter in certain places.
Yes. When I did my teaching practice at Sefi Buaku, and usually they give accommodation to the student teachers at the Chief Palace, but no female is allowed there. The reason is that when you menstruate, you don't sleep there. So even the women in that house, when they get their menses, they move to, there's another house that they go to menstruate before they come. So no woman was ever allowed there.
So you see, those days they tag you. So when you are menstruating, it means you are unholy. All sort of things. You don't go near your husband. You don't go near. You don't sleep on the same bed with your husband. But these days things
you don't go
like
to
that.
Farm.
You don't go to farm. You don't go to the riverside. You see, without menstruation, so there will not be this thing. So we need to do the education. So we should continue giving out our education, educating people in the smaller groups. Even like she said, the young ones in the schools, like my school club, St. Clement's, the boys have a club that they are supporting girls, to go through menstruation. And you have one particular boy who really supported them a lot. So when Youth Harvest gave us some pad, we shared for some people. Then I gave it to the guy. He went to the school. So any girl, anything, when she sees you, he goes.
Wow.
So such child like this should.
If you marry this guy, you are.
So you are blessed. So you see that he can also educate his colleagues.
Yes.
Okay. So now is becoming better. Not good, but it's becoming better. You see. So we keep on. We have to still educate them in a smaller group. We have Adolescent Health Center, all the CHIP centers. We don't call it corner again. Adolescent Reproductive Health Center. So that when they come, We sit together, we talk, we ask them about menstruation. Some of them will define menstruation and tell you some of the things that business. So the personal hygiene during menstruation is very, very important. So at the end of the day, they don't get serious infection, which will affect them in future.
All right. If you just tuned in, you are not so late. You can still get some vital information. So please just stay and listen to the end of the conversation. I'm in studio with personnel from the Ghana Health Service and Youth Harvest Foundation. We are discussing menstrual health. And of course, it borders around menstrual hygiene and the awareness and sensitivity of that sacred period, so that when you are menstruating, you are not seen as somebody who has gone to commit a sin and blood is coming out of your vagina. We cannot discuss menstrual health hygiene without talking about the usage of pad, because we might think people know, but there are some that do not know. How do we use the pad? How often should we change it? And how do we discard it? So I'll start with you. How do we use the pad?
Okay, thank you very much. Pad is not like a common household name.
Sanitary pad.
Sanitary pad.
Everybody.
Common household name now.
Yes.
That a lot of people know it, they use it, they buy it, and it's everywhere.
Okay.
Even communities now, when you go to communities, you can get it to buy at any point in time.
Okay.
But the question is the usage. How do we use it? Do we all know how to use it properly? Or we just buy and then we just start to use it? How do we use it? It will take you or to protect you from the blood flowing and not soiling you. First of all, when you go to the market, there are of different types. So you buy your preferred part that you can afford or that you think is suitable for you. So when you buy the pad,